As God's people, we have to be unified. We have to love one another, forgive one another. And once we have that experience as God's people, God will raise up an army, not just of youth. I know Spirit Prophecy talks about, an army of youth rightly trained to finish the work. Because I don't believe God is only going to use older folk. He especially is going to use the young people. And young people, if you don't get anything else from the sermons, that one thing I want you to leave here remembering is that God has a plan for your life. God has a work for you to do in these last days to reach your peers and to reach other souls for the kingdom of heaven. Because if you read in the Spirit Prophecy, I believe it's in Great Controversy, she talks about young preachers, because many pastors, and some of you may hate to hear this, but many pastors are going to be put in jail for preaching truth. And God is going to use the young people to give the loud cry, to give the message, the three angels' messages to the world before Jesus will return, to get people ready. And that's why it's so important for our churches to let the young people serve, because the young people, they are the future of this church. As this church, as a Sunday Adventist church, if you read the history of our church, this church was started by young people as well as older people for one purpose. As I stated earlier, to prepare people for the second coming of Jesus Christ. And as my brother plays the piano at this time, I'm basically done. I don't need to go on much longer. I believe we all got the point. This is why God has raised us up as a people. And this is not the time for us now to apologize for our message, for what we believe. Yes, people can call us names all we want to, but I've made up in my mind, just like the old black folk used to sing, that just like a tree planted by the rivers of water, I shall not be moved. So yeah, people can call me names, people can cancel me or whatever, but brothers and sisters, by God's grace and by God's grace alone, I'm going to stand on the word and preach the truths that God has called us as God's people to.